We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. A 19-yard pickup there. It's good for a Texans first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
A toss left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 6. Slot receiver, headed right. And a good tackle out wide. Will hold him to a gain of just 3. Third down, 3 to go. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Jets. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Leauge to throw here on 1st and 10. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it on the inside handoff. Past midfield to the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run-play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. The big fella, Quentin Williams, forcing his way in for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. This one not gonna get there. From distance, it is no good. And they are not able to draw closer. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete, and they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live the play.
And he's in! Zay Flowers! Touchdown, New York! A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
We are through. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That'll be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll go again with Hall. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
They need a off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll throw it left and has his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's going nowhere. Gonna lose yardage on that play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Stroud. A throw right side is intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge catch to cut into the deficit.
You know, whether you're manning the middle or you're a rusher coming off the edge, Mike, if you play linebacker in this league, you have to have the ability to handle yourself in pass coverage. If the expectation is that a throw is going to head his way, he'll make that play. And that was the biggest play he could have made. That was really nicely done.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He's got room to roam. He is in. Touchdown, Texans. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Texans are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. A return now from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now, faking the give. That's complete to Jeremy Ruckert. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Clock says 55 seconds till halftime.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
third down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return go. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. One of the tight ends in motion right. On 1st down, it's Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Here's 1st and 10. They will run it over center with Hall. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. The throw on the run is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle. Just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Tight end on the move left. Another run here with Hall. He'll get about 2. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and None of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He'll look to throw. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Jets first down. Well-designed play to pick up 16 and move the chains. He'll run. This is Hall. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets will extend their third-quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. We have a tight end motioning left here. Up the middle they go. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one. They'll go. It's Stroud. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's going to have a Texans, and he's going to have the Jets.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. A give. Here's Hall. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Jets will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. He's going to take a shot down the field. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Catch made right side by Wilson.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. On the give, it's Hall. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. Stroud to throw here on first down. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Quick throw here is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and 3rd down coming up. From the gun, here's Stroud. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. He's going to air this one out. That is brought in. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. Going in the from the 12. To throw is Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just no...
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So